Hello guys, welcome to the World Al Nasa. I'm Khabzan Mohabi. All right, let's see. There's a rumor, and the question is Cristiano Ronaldo and Jorge Jesus going to get these two players because these are Real Madrid players of in 2026 next season. There's a rumor. And I think there is a rumor. We might look at this rumor and say maybe it might be legit. By Alex Garcia, David Alaba and Antonio Rudiger, and they are left with each. I mean, I think their contract, all of them, ends next year. But we know Real Madrid extends every time, especially for these players who are over 30, with one extension. So they are both centre backs. But of course, Rudiger before he played as a left back. So there's another is of Harry Maguire, But even if we're going to either sign one of them, it will be impossible for now, because when you look at the next season, we'll still have. Actually, I think next season will sign a right wing rather than two centre backs. But I think we might sign one centre back. Of course, one centre back. Because, of course, it's Nico Martinez on his contract, 1 year contract and 1 year extension. So if it's 1 year contract and 1 year extension, you expect that because Mohamed Simakan, unless if we sell Mohamed Simakan on come 2026, then that is going to work for us to sign one of these players. They say both of them. I don't know. I'm not sure if both of them will sign both of them next season. Of course, according to Alexius Garcia, there's already initial talks between them. Or something like that, let's say. But if really we're going to sign one of these players, then therefore, who's going to leave? Who's going to leave? Unless if we are saying next season, they will go back to they will review their rules, the Saudi League, and maybe they then extend this 8 foreign players to 10. Maybe they will include these two. It doesn't give sense. It's Antonio Rudiger and Alaba, and then we are now again with Harry Maguire, linked to Harry Maguire. One of this is not true. Either of Harry Maguire or one of the two is only one. But then Harry Maguire is linked both to Al Nassr and Al Ahly. But if really it's going to be Harry Maguire, for Al Ahly, I think it's going to be a good signing for either Al Ahly or I don't see Al Hilal here. But even Al Nassr, I think we are fine. I think Harry Maguire might be signed to Al Qadsiya or Al Qadsiya or Al Ettifaq, but for And Ronaldo scored a very beautiful goal yesterday. He scored, Portugal won 5-0 against Armenia. Joao Felix with 2 goals, Cristiano Ronaldo with 2 goals, and Joao Cancelo. So the 3 Saudi Arabian players scored. Saudi League players scored, sorry. Because according to Alexia Gachios, it says there are already talks. And then it says Cristiano Ronaldo calls 2 players of Real Madrid. Of course, not only scoring goals, then we're trying to, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo is a pillar and attraction of players to the Saudi League, and is keep on doing this thing. And of course, that league now has developed a lot. But I believe one of these players might end next year in the Saudi League. I don't know if we'll able to sign, because if next year we'll continue with Inigo, unless if next year we are selling Mohamed Simakan, unless if next year we'll sell Mohamed Simakan, and we'll continue, will then, because with Brozo next season, actually what my wish is to add someone next to Brozo next season and sign another right wing who will rotate with Mane and Kingsley Coman, because Kingsley Coman, I think, is a right-footed player, but playing in that position. So, of course, and of course, Bafana won 3-0 against, we were playing against Lesotho. Mohau Nkota scored a beautiful goal after scoring on his first debut against on Al-Ettifaq against Al-Khouloud, and now scored again the first goal against Lesotho. So Bafana, we're going to play against Nigeria. We must win this game and close the whole thing. We must win this game and close the whole thing. We are playing as a team. We must finish this thing now, the group stages, and qualify to the World Cup right away. And Portugal will play. Ronaldo is going to play against Hungary. 3 matches from here, Ronaldo wins against Hungary and wins against what is this team? Ireland. Then it will be done. Portugal then qualifies to the World Cup 2026. This must be a short trip for them, just to qualify on 3 or 4 matches and done. But Bafana will finish their game tomorrow. Their game on Tuesday. I think when they go and play against, of course, Benin is just behind, but after we win against Nigeria, I think it's going to, it will then, it will be over after we win up against that. Then all of them, they will play for the second position. Benin with 11 points, and then Nigeria with 10. And then, okay, of course, it's going to be over from there. But if really we're going to be able, Al Nassr is going to be able to sign one of these players next season, this project is going to be a fine project. Of course, is it Alaba? Alaba or is 33. One of them is 33 years old. One of them is 33 years old. For me, it's going to work for Maguire, but it's going to work. But for us, Al Nassr, we must never think of Harry Maguire. It's not going to be easy for us to. Actually, it's not going to be possible for us to sign four of them, three of them or two of them. Even if we are linked to Harry Maguire, but this is clear. The clear link is here between Antonio Rudiger and Alexis Alaba. I look at that one of Harry Maguire. It seems like they are still suggesting that, but here they say already this thing is happening behind closed doors between Alaba, Antonio Rudiger, and Alaba, David Alaba, but I don't think it will end up with two of them. I think we'll get one of them. We'll get one of them. With Laporte, I'm not sure, guys. With Laporte, therefore then Laporte, because Laporte was linked to Besiktas, but I don't think that is going to be. I think Laporte, if Laporte, Atletico Bilbao will win that, they are not going to contest that decision of FIFA. I think Laporte will end up as Al Nassr player and register for Champions League 2, and then he will leave around January. In January, of course. And then what about Otavio? Otavio is going to, therefore he's going to stay, because there is nothing on Otavio nowadays. And now the market of the Saudis left off about 3, 4, 5 days. So I just wish, but my hope is for us to get the midfielder, a Saudi Arabian midfielder, another Saudi Arabian midfielder, just to boost Abdullah Al-Amri. Even if we can get we have a lot of young stars, of course, but I hope if we can use Abdul Malik Al-Jabbar on that position, to rotate, of course, with Abdullah Al-Amri. Angelo played on that position very good, excellent, and we don't need anyone if we're going to continue with Angelo or Wesley. But if we can use this opportunity to sign just a player of one of the Saudi Arabian players, of course. One of the Saudi Arabian players. Because, of course, I thought, and that was my thinking, is it going to be possible that we're going to play both the under 21 and all of our senior players, and that was exactly what we have done on the previous match against Al Tawun. So therefore it's going to be possible. Then we're going to remain with Angelo in that position. We're going to remain with Angelo on that position, or Leslie. And if then Angelo or Leslie, then we don't need a midfielder for now, but we can sign one. We can sign one, and it will be easy if we sign one of either a winger and a midfielder. But for again Antonio Rudiger and Alaba, we have now how many centre backs? 4. Is it 4? 4 centre backs. 2 of the Saudi and 2 then foreign. It might. I saw something. I saw ESPN. Is it Gary? Talking about the if Ronaldo is ESPN is no longer. They are no longer speaking football. That one is a banter. That one is no longer. That is they are emotional. It's emotions. I mean, a man scored 2 goals. He said he's scoring against small teams. After scoring against Armenia, he forgot now the champions. But I applaud ESPN, although they have their attitude towards Cristiano Ronaldo, but they even show him how many goals he scored against these big nations teams only last season. Against Spain one, against Germany one, and against Denmark, against Croatia. I think he scored on the second round. He didn't score, but on the first round, I think even he scored against Scotland. So then he was humbled, and he just explained a long story, blah blah. It's waffling. I mean, the way some people analyze football, it's no longer football, it's a hate. When someone analyzes football, you see this person is no longer analyzing this player with he's analyzing this player with passion of hate. I mean, it's no longer football, it's something else. But of course, Ronaldo will qualify. He will go to the World Cup, and next season, of course, it must be his season to win the World Cup. The Portuguese squad is the depth of that squad. They don't have to put us on the group of Portugal, please. I'm talking about us, Bafana. They don't have to do that nonsense. Because they will look the way we have performed in our group stages, and the way we are performing an overall performance, our overall performance on this what do you call this thing, on the African Cup of Nations and African competitions, and they will just take that team which is performing well and put it close to on the group of Portugal, and go and get one from the Asia and put it right there. They don't have to do that. They have to put us with England. You see, my friend, I just think so. I hope so, because they must recruit, but we have a successful recruitment, I mean, for this season. Because we have signed Sada Fahad Al Nazer, and then, but we are linked to one player, but I will confirm it, and then I will confirm for you, I think in the evening today. But we have to say, for me, we must get a midfielder. But a Saudi Arabian midfielder, because we can't go, we have reached the ceiling. We must appreciate that we have reached the ceiling. Unless if that player wants to come and go and register for a Champions League 2, no problem. And we were linked to Axial Palacios. Then, of course, if it's that, then we can get those players who wants to come and play on the Champions League 2. But for the Saudi Arabian competition, of course, we have reached the number. And then let's just hope to sign one player and being a Saudi. And we need one, which is a midfielder. For a left back now, we are fine. We must say we are fine now with a left back. We can say if we can get, and we have Malan, which we is 20-year-old, of course. He will just need, much time to develop. But if we can just get a midfielder, only a midfielder, who's going to rotate among these players, Wesley, Angelo, and Abdul Harib, you see. And it's going to work for us. But thank you for the question, of course. But because these two players, Antonio Rudiger and David Alaba, they're going to be for next season. These signings, I think we're going to get one of them. We're going to get one of them. But let me see something here because I want to confirm something before. I just wish Al Nassr for next season they will extend the contract of Jorge Jesus. Of course they will, because he's going to win the league this season. He's gonna win the league. He's gonna win the Champions League too. Maybe he's going to win even the Kings Cup. They will extend because he's going to win the league. Any team which want to play that game of competition, they just have to come and play Al Nassr at this early season. They will be destroyed. I mean, I watch Al Hilal. I think they are still lacking something for now. So we must use that, take advantage of that, win all of our games for now, and then we'll play with Al Hilal around January. And we beat them twice. We beat them once actually and drew one last season. We beat them, we drew 1-1 and then we beat them 3-1. With Bento, with Bento, I think we are stuck with Bento. I think we are stuck with Bento. Of course, my wish is for them to move Bento. But now with Dibu Martinez, it seems like we are not going to get him. Let us face it, we are not going to get him. My wish is for us to go and just get Dibu. But then with Bento, I think after this international is coming back. I mean on Wednesday. I think on Wednesday he will be back at Al Nassr. We'll continue with Bento. I think we'll continue with Bento. Okay, my friends, let's just finish this thing here and then we'll see each other in the evening. I will confirm this, that if we're going to get either one or two players, and then we'll talk about later this evening. And then thank you very much. I appreciate. Please like the video, subscribe, and please the notification bell. We'll grow together, guys. Don't worry.